BoomTown continues its international travels. We've left Monaco and now we're in Paris, as you can see by the beautiful Seine right there, and there's Notre Dame. We're staying on the Ile Saint-Louis, which is a beautiful island in the middle of the Seine. So you can see Paris may be beautiful in the spring, but it's actually quite lovely in the late fall also. It's a gorgeous day here, and I'm headed to see Netvibes, which is one of the companies, the web, which is what they call it here. A lot of the web companies, again, are scattered all over the city, just like they are in London. There's no center, really, of the web culture here in Paris. But we're going to go visit a few as BoomTown continues its internationalization of itself. Okay, here we are at Netvibes, which is a really exciting web company here in Paris. Working here?
Here it's like 25.
Uh-huh. Hi, everybody. Sorry. So this is a typical .com. What are you looking at on? I'm going to go over here. What is everyone doing here, Tariq?
It's a very big, interesting story about this thing.
Tell us, Tariq. Come over here so I can see you.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
So this place is kind of incredible because I used to come around when I was a kid and I said, I love this place. It looks like New York.
Uh-huh.
And I said, one day I'd love to actually be here.
Right.
And when we visited this place first
Right.
time, I didn't know it was here. I thought it was
wow.
next door because it's kind of big.
Right.
And I said, oh, it's too bad. And I would be so nice. Yeah, and I just discovered actually I was on the top of one of my favorite buildings in Paris. So
wow, that's
interesting.
great.
I didn't show you
So
around.
what's everybody doing here?
Code, support, editorial in the community,
Right.
design.
Good. Wow. So where's the rest of your people? Where's the rest of the...
A bunch of people are for lunch here. But,
No, but I mean, are they all here in Paris?
no, we have 6 people in San Francisco.
Uh-huh. Where are you in San Francisco?
Battery, next to CBS.
Good, okay.
And we have one person in China, and we have lots of people around. One in the UK, one in Vienna. So it's kind of a very international.
Okay. Let's see. Very Paris. The rooftops of Paris for Tariq Krim. Wow.
All in.
This is great. Did you guys just move in here?
Yeah. We've not been here for like a year, but the building thing was just a nightmare.
Right.
And I always keep my, little piece of my.
Oh, San Francisco. Well, it's a little better than San Francisco, Tariq.
So it's terrible because right now I just have.
Okay, we're in this beautiful bistro in France, in Paris. We've just had a delicious meal with Tariq Krim of Netvibes. Tariq, how you doing?
Hi, very good.
So we've had a really interesting discussion about where things are going. Netvibes is a French company, although most people think it's a U.S. company, which is kind of interesting, which tries to organize widgets, essentially, on your page and to give you sort of a home on the web. Explain really quickly how it's different from, say, a Facebook or old versions of this, and then let's talk about that market.
Sure. The idea within Netvibes is that everyone is different and everyone deserves a different version of the web, a personal version of the web. And the way you can do it is through widgets. Basically, widget is the essence of a service. You take rid of all the unuseful things on a website, just take the essential and you put it on one place, it's a widget.
Right.
So at some point everyone will have a widget. You remember 10 years ago everyone needed to have a website?
Right.
Now it's exactly the same thing. I need a widget because a widget is going to be a way to engage with a user and know what's going on with a website. And what we do with Netvibes is that we try to get all the most important things. Let's take the Facebook widget.
Right.
In one single place you have information you would have from 4 or 5 different pages. All in one, at glance, available all the time.
Right. So you're kind of like becoming like the My Yahoo. You're trying to create that kind of thing, how you would look at it, or?
I see it differently. I think it's really about, my page is my own personality. It's what I care about, and I want to be aware about it every time I go to my page. It's updated. I think it's really about getting things from friends, adding, and you just build your own page. I think it's beyond the finished world of My Yahoo is more about, here are our partners, and we will let you engage and personalize. Here is there's a bunch of things all over the planet, and you just can pick stuff.
Right.
Because your friends told you, because you found out on the website, because it's good RSS.
So you talk about this like widgetizing the planet, is that correct?
Exactly. I think the next big thing is going to be what I usually call the widget economy. It's basically how you monetize the choice of the user and how I think the difference with what happened in the past is that the user had no choice. He had to be engaged with advertising. He had to see all these options.
Right.
And you were monetizing because he had no choice.
Right.
And now if the user is in power, is in control, and organize the world the way he wants, then it's different monetization, and you're monetizing his own choice.
Right. So what do you think is exciting on the web right now? I mean, you're involved sort of the center of what's going on, this widgetization. What do you think are the most powerful forces at this moment?
The interesting thing is with RSS, something really interesting happened is the emergence of a standard that enabled companies like Netvibes to exist. So I can use the Wall Street Journal RSS, I can use any blog, and I can build my page.
Right.
If you remember podcast 10 years ago, everyone had
we love podcasts.
I love podcasts, but everyone had to build a specific program to extract data.
Right.
And what is happening with RSS is now happening with social networks. Now, at last, we are seeing a different social network to organize themselves and enable people like me to go to my own Facebook account and leverage my data there.
Right.
Or MySpace and all the different services that are around open social. So the next generation of service will be able to tap into the social graph of various social networks, so you can pre-personalize, help the personalization of widget, but so have access to your friends, build social application based on what your friends like.
Right. So this is sort of your own online presence finally being something that's about you rather than something being foisted on you.
I think the entry point for the web last 10 years was about search, about getting through basically Google and other search engine, and you could monetize around that. Now it's really about getting into your social web, your friends, get recommendation, and it's this social universe around you that is going to be monetized. And when you see what happened with Facebook building Beacon project, or Google was planning to do social gadget advertising, everyone is trying to figure out how they're going to be.
That is a little problematic. We just talked about that.
Absolutely, because then it's a problem. What's part of your intimacy? And I think one of the big issue I have is that the next step is toward that is monetizing my intimacy. I'm talking about to a friend, we should go to Rome, and suddenly we got all this, best price for Rome ticket.
Right.
Or you just, I don't know, it could go like a friend of mine just broke up with his girlfriend on Facebook. So he could get access the same day with dating services. I think this is kind of awkward. We need to find the right balance between, what is my private part of my life, a digital life, and what is my open life.
Tariq, I think that's over. I think the private part of your life is over. I think the minute you break up, we're going to send you a dating service immediately.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, what is very briefly, what's the most overhyped thing right now on the web?
The end of the Web 2.0. I mean, everyone is talking about a bubble. I think it's just starting. I think, as always, the web is not stopping tomorrow.
Right.
But what I've seen is powerful forces. Facebook is a new big player around. It's good because it can at some point, take us away from the dominance of Google only.
Right.
And the more people are talking about that, the more I think we see that there's a lot of opportunities, and I think everyone was saying the Web 2.0 is finished, it's over, the bubble is coming. And I think actually it's exactly the opposite. Interesting things, smart things, rational things are going to happen now because the infrastructure is starting to be built, and now we have social graphs available, or soon available. We have the search economy and the search web that is already pretty big, and all these different services, all these different apps, and there's a bunch of interesting things to be done. So
great, Tariq.